The Galactic Academy's combat theory classroom fell silent as Professor Zixter's crystalline tentacles clicked against the holographic display. 300 cadets from 47 species watched the simulation of humanity's first contact war play across the screen. And this, the Valorian professor's translator crackled, is why humans are classified as a Class 4 Death World species. Primitive, emotional, reckless. Alex Chen leaned back in his seat, jaw tight. Beside him, Rose Martinez didn't even blink. She'd heard it all before. 2 years at the academy, and the lectures never changed. Humans were always the punchline. Their homeworld is a nightmare, Zixter continued. Predators on every continent. Weather that kills, bacteria that consume flesh. Yet somehow, they survived long enough to stumble into space travel. A ripple of chittering laughter spread through the alien students. Alex's fingers drummed against his desk. Easy, Rose whispered without looking at him. But Alex had reached his limit. Professor, with respect, we didn't stumble into anything. The classroom went dead quiet. Zixter's eye stalks swiveled toward him. Cadet Chen, do you have something to contribute? Just that your analysis is incomplete, sir. Alex stood, his 6 feet to frame towering over most of the class. You show our losses, but ignore our victories. We held the line at Proxima. We broke the siege by throwing bodies at the problem. A voice boomed from 3 rows back. Cathon, a Draxian warrior caste, rose to his full 8-foot height, scales gleaming under the classroom lights. Human tactics are suicide runs disguised as strategy. No Draxian would be so wasteful. Alex's voice dropped dangerously low. We saved your people at the Battle of You Got Lucky. Cathon's crest flared crimson. One lucky victory doesn't change facts. Humans are weak, fragile. Your bones break like twigs. Your skin tears like paper. You need machines to survive in environments my people consider comfortable. Other alien students murmured agreement. Alex felt heat rising in his chest. Rose stood slowly, her movements precise and controlled. At 5'6" she barely reached Alex's shoulder, but every cadet in the room knew her reputation. Rose Martinez held the Academy's record in hand-to-hand combat. She'd never lost a sparring match. Cathon, she said quietly, you want to test that theory? The Draxian laughed, a sound like grinding stone. A challenge, from a human female. Your species assigns different combat roles by gender. Yes, you must be a support class. 3rd Circle Combat Arena, Rose said, her voice calm as still water. 20 minutes, bring your best. Professor Zixter's translator squawked in alarm. Cadets, this is highly irregular. Academy regulations allow sanctioned combat for educational purposes. Rose interrupted, still locked on Cathorn's eyes. Section 7, Paragraph 12. I'm requesting a practical demonstration, Professor, to supplement your lecture on human combat capabilities. Zixter's tentacles quivered with uncertainty. Technically, she was correct, and denying the request would seem like favoritism toward the human students. Very well, the professor finally clicked, but standard safety protocols apply. 20 minutes later, the 3rd Circle Arena was packed. News spread fast at the Academy. Nearly 1,000 cadets crowded the observation platforms, eager to see the human girl put in her place. Cathon entered the arena in full battle harness, energy dampeners glowing at his wrists and ankles. The safety protocols limited strength and speed to prevent lethal injuries, but his size advantage remained massive. Rose walked in wearing standard Academy combat fatigues. No harness, no weapons, no armor. You mock me by coming unprepared, Cathon growled. I'm exactly as prepared as I need to be, Rose replied. The starting chime sounded. Cathon charged, the arena floor shaking under his weight. His strategy was simple, use superior mass and reach to overwhelm the smaller opponent. It had worked against every human he'd ever faced in training. Rose didn't run, she didn't dodge, she waited. At the last possible microsecond, she dropped into a slide, her body skimming beneath Cathon's outstretched arms. As she passed under him, her leg snapped up, striking the back of his knee with surgical precision. The Draxian stumbled. Before he could recover, Rose was behind him, her arm locked around his throat in a chokehold that leveraged her entire body weight against his carotid artery. Cathon thrashed, his superior strength trying to throw her off, but Rose held on with something his people had never developed: endurance. Humans were persistence hunters. They could outlast anything. The Draxian's movements grew sluggish. Desperate, he threw himself backward, trying to crush her against the arena floor. Rose absorbed the impact with a grunt, never releasing her hold. 30 seconds later, Cathon tapped out. The arena erupted in shocked silence. Rose released him immediately and stepped back, breathing hard but steady. The Draxian collapsed to his knees, gasping, "How?" He Rose walked over and offered him a hand. After a moment's hesitation, he took it. "You're right about one thing," she said, helping him up. "We're fragile. Our bones break easier. Our skin tears. We don't have your natural armor or strength." She met his eyes. "But we're from a world that tried to kill us every single day for millions of years. So we learned. We adapted. We studied every weakness and turned it into strength." She gestured around the arena. "Every species here evolved in their own way. You Draxians got stronger and tougher. Valorians got smarter. Xanthari got faster." She tapped her temple. "We humans, we got creative. And we never, ever give up." Cathan stood silently for a long moment. Then, slowly, he pressed his fist to his chest in a Draxian salute of respect. "I underestimated your species, Rose Martinez." "Most do." She smiled. Once as they left the arena, Alex caught up to her. "That was incredible." Rose shrugged. "Someone had to remind them why we're here. Might as well be me." Above them, in the observation deck, Professor Zixter watched the human cadets disappear into the corridor. Perhaps the Academy's curriculum needed updating. These Deathworlders were more than their survival statistics suggested. They were warriors, and warriors, regardless of species, deserved respect.